Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another great edition of my Grue Rume Show. For the Grue Rume Show today, I got a very cool guest, and she's in the movie Queen of the Ring, and it's coming out on Friday everywhere around the world. And I got a sneak peek of it, and I'm very happy I did because it's a very good film. It's not just a wrestling film; it's a really good film. It has drama, it has comedy, and it has action. What more can you ask for? And she is one of the actresses that are in it, and she plays Marva. And I'm talking about Cameren Jackson. So I am Rocco Cross. I am the host at Stutters. I am the host of the Grue Rume Show. And my interview with Cameron will be coming up very soon. This is my Grue Rume, and as always, my Gruelings. Welcome to my nightmare. And let's see the Queen of the Ring comes out Friday. So check it out. All right. Welcome to Grue, and thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course, of course. I'm really looking forward to this. I what the first question I'm going to ask you that is the typical question right off the bat is basically what drew you to want to act? Like when did your passion start for it?
Oh my gosh. Ever since I lived in Atlanta, right? And I used
Hmm.
to watch PBS and I used to watch Rough. Do you remember that show, Rough, where you get on,
Yeah,
you
of
could be
course.
shows? I always wanted to be on that show. My mom wasn't really keen on me joining the industry. I even wanted to do Tyler Perry's plays at the time in Atlanta when he was doing
Mhm.
plays still. And then I grew up watching The Mummy and Charlie's Angels, and I always wanted to be a Charlie's Angel, an action star, and a what was the other one that we did? Totally Spies, a Teen Titan. I always wanted to be one of those action stars. So I just finally went for it after getting my engineering degree, and I have no regrets. I love it. I'm so happy that I'm in this movie.
Nice, nice. And when you start doing like film and television, what was the first role, the first gig you booked?
The first gig, uh, like a major role I got was when I applied on Backstage.com was for The Fearless 3. And that's now on Tubi and Amazon Prime. And it has Timac from The Last Dragon in it. So that was pretty cool to see. Like I saw him as a kid, and now I'm working with him. He's my sensei. And he's like turns evil and he kind of like beats me up in class. So that was pretty fun. So that I didn't know that was gonna happen to me in my future. So that was pretty fun.
Oh wow, okay. I definitely have to watch that. That sounds pretty fun.
It's like karate tournament with kids, and uh, it's like a vengeance story, another vengeance and rivalry story.
Nice, nice. Because you have been training to do you train for like fighting and stunts, right?
Yes, I do. I do. Train for stunts, mixed martial arts, kickboxing, whatever they need me to do. I'm like, okay, I got it. Because like fighting, what stunt fighting is like a dance, and we also have to incorporate the martial arts in it to make it look good. Yeah.
Uh, well, I don't ever want to get on your bad side with
Oh
martial
yes.
arts and kickboxing. Like I think I'll like run the other way.
Yeah.
And,
Do you train in
you
martial arts?
Me,
Oh,
no,
no,
I never did. I did like to not to jump ahead to the movie, but I used to do wrestling and I
nice,
wrestled like all over the local scene. I
nice.
always wanted to get into the WWE, but it never happened. And
Hmm.
but I had fun doing it though.
Nice, nice. Yeah, there's lots of wrestling in this movie. I'm not sure if you saw it yet.
Yeah, definitely it is.
Did you
And
see it yet?
I sold the screener, yes.
Oh, nice, nice. Did you go to
Hmm.
LA or the New York?
No, they actually sent it to me on the line because they were doing a press day and the what's her name, Francesca Eastwood, like they they had me interview her for the
Nice.
about the movie.
Mm-hmm. Very
And
nice.
so yeah, I got sent like the screener and I watched it on my phone. But Friday when it comes out, I'm going back to watch it on the big screen. Like I want that big
Yes.
screen experience instead of
Yes.
the
Mm-hmm.
small little phone, you know?
Oh yes. Oh my gosh. The sound is beautiful. You
Hmm.
fall in love with the score and then the actors more because the sound really shows their emotions and what they're going through. So I was glad to see it in the theater as well.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
And like you mentioned like the music for the film and oh my God, the music is incredible. Like and
Hmm.
especially like the songs that different artists made for the movie and
Hmm.
the cover song of Dust
Yes.
in the Wind and
Yes.
like like every song that I heard that they made for the movie has been excellent.
Ash, our director, is really into music, clearly, as he has a company where he helps artists and everything. So he's really a fan and delves into the history of music. So you can tell that his love for music is in this movie, which is his baby. So that's why it's so good.
Well, I mean, you have a little bit of experience too, like with making music. Like I like you train on different. I think it's the from what I read, it's the saxophone and the
Gosh.
piano too, right?
Wow, you did your homework. Yes, I'm slowly learning piano and guitar, but my first instrument was clarinet. Been playing that for 10 years and
Hmm.
alto sax like 8 years. So I was in the marching band, the jazz band,
Oh my
uh
God,
NISMA. So I'm a band geek, yes. Thank
that is so awesome.
you.
Which songs do you play? Like which songs do you know how to play?
Well, I have a bunch of sheet music under my bed. And then the songs that I play for like piano, I'm learning Fleur de Lis, electric guitar. I love the Paranoid got me into electric guitar. I was listening to it one day and I was like, I think I can play this. So that was the first song I ever learned how to play. And just a bunch of like rock songs that I just listened to while growing up. And I'm like, these are some pretty catchy songs. So that's why I picked up electric guitar because I love the music that they have. It's very dynamic.
Oh my God, yeah, of course.
Mm.
And like you did stunts for a couple different shows too, and Law and Order was one of them.
Mhm.
And what do you think is like the toughest stunt that you did yet?
Toughest stunt that I've done yet. I love telling this story. One of my interesting stunts have been when I was called to double for an actress, Michaela, for this movie called Crybaby Bridge. And I drove all the way to Pennsylvania and they had me on a bridge and they were like, oh, by the way, you're going to be pregnant. So we're going to put this pregnant belly on and put this gown on and you're going to be on the railing of a bridge,
Oh my
possessed.
God.
Um, this is fun. Let's do this. So we went to the bridge and I have my shoes on and they're like, wait, the director wants the feet in the shot. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I have a gel nail polish. And gel nail polish is hard to take off. You need an ultraviolet light to even put it on and make it stay. And you need like a blade, like a razor to even get it off. So oh my gosh. They took off my shoes on the bridge. I was barefoot and they were like, the nail tech team came and started like shaving it off like as
Oh
fast as
my
they could.
God.
And then they're like, that's bare enough. So they let me get on the railing of the bridge. I was hooked to a harness and I had to trust these people holding my line with my life. And then I was on the railing of the bridge. I had to go on horse stance, like just literally just put your, if you know where horse stance is, you are standing straight, kind of like squatting in the tiniest bit just to keep your core stable and hoping to not fall over onto the rocks. And the actors were pulling like the bridge, like they were shaking it, trying to get their daughter to come off because she's possessed and pregnant and about to fall off this bridge bridge. So I was like shaking a little bit, but getting my balance, but also being connected to a wire and a harness. So that was like very exhilarating that we were able to get that done in a few takes. And that was so fun. I was like, let's do more of this. Definitely a thrill seeker now that I talk about it.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it. You have a lot of trust in the people that are basically holding your life by a string.
You really have to trust each other and really get that feel that they know what they're doing and they've worked on projects before. So that made me trust them even more. Hmm.
Oh wow, okay. I probably would have been like, okay, this is it for me. I just get me off this bridge. I'm going home.
Oh. What's the fun in that?
I know, right? Exactly. And, and this film is coming out in a day, Queen of the Ring, and
Yes.
it's not just a wrestling film. Like it
Hmm.
definitely is a feel good film, a drama film. It's funny too. It definitely has scenes where you cry, and it definitely hits like every emotion. And of course, for the wrestling fans, there's actual wrestling.
Yes.
And how did you get cast for this movie?
How did I get up? Cast?
Hmm.
So, thanks to Carolina Talent in North Carolina, my agent found it on Actors Access and he sent it over, got to an audition, didn't hear back for months. And I just thought, I just do an audition, let it go, because you never know. And you'd be like, hey, I applied for that. And you already see the roles taken on TV. So you just gotta let it go and just on to the next. So I was like, oh, I forgot about it. Then I got the congratulations, you booked Marva Scott, and I was so excited. I flew to Kentucky, filmed it. It was about like I was filming for maybe like 5 days and came back to New York and I was like, oh, on to the next. And now it's on, it's gonna be in theaters tomorrow. So yay. Thank you, Mark.
And were you a wrestling fan before the film? Like, did you follow like any wrestling, WWE or anything?
So I used to watch wrestling when I was, I have to admit, younger. So I was watching it when Triple H was on, and I guess Rock Johnson made like appearances, like he was in his earlier day 2000s. And now I know someone who is actually playing my sister in the movie Trinity.
Yeah.
So I go with Trinity and see how she's doing. She is so nice and genuine. So I like to just make sure she's doing okay. It's very, sometimes it's dangerous in there. And because they actually do some stunts where you have to hit each other. So sometimes, yeah, it could be painful or they have to get surgery sometimes. So,
No, yeah,
mhm.
that definitely. I mean, there's so many wrestlers that you see them and then they're gone for like a year because they got hurt while wrestling and a lot of people say, oh, it's scripted, it's fake, it's this, it's that, but there's a lot of real elements to wrestling and especially getting hurt and
Yeah,
getting there's nothing fake about getting hit with a chair, so.
yeah. Hmm.
And like your character in this movie, like how does it feel to actually play a woman of color that wrestled during that period of time and basically like broke down the barriers for that era?
Oh, I'm so grateful to be part of this movie, and I'm so proud. And I'm so grateful to Ash for and casting Sigda Miguel to um, allowing me to play Marva Scott. And I even got her daughter to DM me and like, oh, you look just like my mom. And I really made
Oh
my
my
heart melt.
God.
And I'm like, yeah, I was so excited. I saw her at the premiere on Tuesday in New York City, and she drove all the way and she got us cookies, her because we were playing her aunts and I was playing her mom. She made us cookies. She got us a shirt and a knapsack with our faces and her family on it. And I was like, wow. Little Cameron didn't know this was how she was gonna end up, and I know she'd be so proud. And basically, I had to exude confidence because that is
Hmm.
what these women were doing back then. They knew they could compete with other women. It didn't matter their color. They could compete against the world, compete all over the world. Like Marva Scott went to Australia, Japan, Korea, and so many other places, and she was able to win despite having a lot of racism thrown her way, and even Babs had glass thrown at her in the ring, hurting her
Mm.
body and stuff. Lots of physical trauma and emotional trauma these ladies went through, which the documentary on Amazon Prime talks about, that they do not like to talk about it at all, the emotional trauma that they went through. So they had to be not only physically strong, but mentally, psychologically strong. But it's tough. It's tough being in that time and dealing with not only like societal changes, but also like racism as well.
Oh my God. And you mentioned the documentary on Prime, and I saw that they have it. I have to watch it yet. And
Mhm.
what's the name of it for the fans that are watching this?
I believe it is called Lady Wrestler. I rented it again for research again. And it's really well made. I highly recommend that documentary, Lady Wrestler. I'm just checking. Lady Wrestler, I'm gonna give him his credit. Lady Wrestler, the amazing untold story of African American woman in the ring. And it does talk about Mildred Burke, who started going from the like started the dismantling the barriers of women in wrestling.
Yes.
And this is by, let me check. Doo-doo-doo. More details by Chris Bonnier. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name. Director is Bonnier, with appearances of actual Ethel Johnson, Ramona Johnson, Ethel Brown. So Ethel Johnson is what Trinity Fatel plays, and
Hmm.
she died in 2018. And Marva Scott and Babel died, I believe, in 2000, early 2000s.
Oh, okay. And like, how do you get into Marva's head? Like, how do you get into like the mind frame, the headspace to play her and to play like that powerful role, that powerful, strong woman that she was?
Good question. The way I get into not just her, but an actual human being character is I research the time period they're in, what they want in life, and what their possible conflicts could be, like her barrier getting into this wrestling and full time, supporting her family, her kids, and dealing with the racism that she usually felt. Well, racism that really came to her, and being a woman in this male dominated industry. I'm sure it's kind of similar to what women are dealing with now, but even
Mhm.
times 10.
Oh yeah.
So it's just researching the relationships and the environment that she's in.
And you know, for anyone who watches the film and also like followed your character and Millie, of course, Millie Burke, Mildred Burke, Millie
Mhm.
Millie helped like bring woman wrestling to where
Mhm.
it was at, and she helped Marva and everyone like by teaming with them and bringing them to shows. And
Mhm.
what are your thoughts on Millie and how inspiring she is to women's wrestling? I mean, they made Queen of the Ring for her.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Millie is so inspiring to not just women back then, like creating this tribe of women wrestlers and family, but even today, she's inspiring people at the screenings, and people who are watching this are like crying because they see themselves as her. Like they see themselves as single moms or women trying to achieve a dream or a goal. And they see that there's no matter the obstacle, you can still overcome. And I
Mhm.
see that as well. I'm like, oh my gosh, single mother, doesn't like her job. I'm like, I don't like my job at the time. I was like, oh, I got my degree, wasn't really a fan of it. but you just got to keep doing what you want and keep going. And eventually the universe will reward you for telling the universe, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And she got rewarded. She's one of the most famous wrestlers of all time, started
Exactly.
dismantling, making wrestling a real thing and not just something you do at the circus. So she inspires not only women, but pretty much everyone.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Mhm,
And Marva and her team, her team, they basically like drew really big, big gates and
mhm.
like pioneer for woman wrestling. And I I know you do like a lot of stunts and sports and stuff. And did you have to do wrestling training for this movie and learn like the bumps and
Oh my
everything?
gosh. They asked me because I said I did stunts in my submission, my audition. They're like, "Yeah, are you ready to do stunts?" I was like, "Yeah." So I got my friend who he's like he does stunts. He has a stunt school, Eric Fuchs. I was like, I need some wrestling tips. So he was showing me the basic grappling and everything. And I said, you know what, when I get down there, they'll show me some more stuff. Don't worry about it. So I went down there. They didn't need me to wrestle. So hopefully next time, when this movie makes millions and millions of dollars, we'll get a series from Netflix. Tell all your friends, so we can. So Trinity and I could also wrestle in the mini series, or hey, 24 episodes, we'll take it. So, so I was ready, but we didn't have the time, or like it's not in the script. So
Hmm.
next time.
Definitely.
Mhm,
I I love how you talked it up. I mean this movie is definitely going to be a big hit. And when they see
mhm.
that, like that's a great idea. Like could you picture this being a series?
Oh
Like a
yes,
12 episode series or 24
more,
whatever. And oh my
more.
God, it would be amazing. Yeah.
Even Ash was saying there's everyone who's involved in the movie has such a huge history that we just couldn't all fit in 2 hours, like not little in
Hmm.
3 hours. So it was nice to sprinkle in all these famous and historical figures, but we just didn't have enough time to really expand all their history. Mhm.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. It's too many wrestlers to put in there. Yeah.
Mhm.
And one of the like crazy characters was Gort Gorgeous George, and Marva was with him for a period of time. And what what was that like knowing the history of Gorgeous George and Marva and
Oh wow. Well, that was not explained in the documentary. So that's news to me. But I seeing his transformation from, like in the movie, from being a regular wrestler to being a very grandiose wrestler was pretty interesting, because you see now that wrestling is all, it's a lot of showy, you see a lot of beautiful costumes, very extravagant. So I liked that they showed um that change, because usually like boxing, like we watched Cinderella Man in high school. It's like boxing is
yeah.
very serious and can be very deadly, but the wrestling added that theatrical beats, which
Hmm.
I really appreciated. Really like, oh yeah, so that's what happened.
And you mentioned Trinity and you worked with these two amazing women as your wrestling
Mhm,
team. The 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 Mar the Damaris and Trinity. And
mhm.
how was your experience like working with these two amazing women?
Oh my gosh, they're so inspiring. Damaris is just absolutely beautiful. And you could tell why she booked the role of Babs. She kills her speech. Her speech is amazing. And she just exudes this confident beauty, which is the essence of, I feel like, a 1960s confident, beautiful lady, which Babs is. She's the older sister, so she is leading us as the younger sisters, and we follow her. That's what they followed her to do this, to do
Hmm.
the wrestling. And Trinity is so sweet and genuine. Like she's she's like She's just a pleasure. Like she's pleasant, very pleasant, and makes a smile to my face. And I was so happy and blessed to work with these beautiful, kind ladies.
I, yeah, like that's another thing like I love about the film. Like not only do they have like great, amazing the actors that are working on this, but they have like r actual like real wrestlers. Trinity
Hmm.
from WWE, Tony
Yep.
Storm from AEW, and Kaylee, who is also from AEW, and like that's amazing to have like these actual like trained wrestlers on set.
Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty cool because you're like, you actually see them in action and then see the takes, different takes that they've done. And it really brings a professional element to the movie that we actually have real wrestlers doing these real stunts. So that's pretty, I like that quality of the movie as well.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And of course, without giving a lot away, is there a certain scene that you like the most?
That is hard because I love all the scenes. Oh my gosh, everyone did such an amazing job. I, the scene that I say I love the most, you have to watch the full thing and realize that Mildred makes a change, like she makes a switch, and that's how she becomes Mildred. So she, I don't want to give it away, but there's a beautiful scene where she's just had enough and she just starts doing what she feels is right to inspire other girls and other little girls. And then she really tackles down barriers and obstacles. So I really loved that moment. And Emily did such a great job portraying that. And I'm
She
like,
did.
oh, that was so. Please, I hope this goes into the academy because she did such an amazing job.
Yeah, she went from playing in Arrow to being a wrestler, right?
And that's good. I always wanted to be in a DC. Anything DC, I would love it. So that's really good for her that she was in Arrow and also is doing this beautiful indie film.
Definitely, definitely. Was there any funny or cool stories from being on set for Queen of the Ring?
Queen of the Ring, funny things. Let's see. Hmm. Let's see. Funny things on set. I loved the pool scene. The pool scene is when everyone comes together, the cast, and I really got to meet them in the dressing room and talk to them and learn about their experience. And the pool scene, we're all like splashing around, having fun, like was an actual photo shoot. So that really bonded us together, and we were just having fun and being ourselves in the 1960s in Malibu, but really it was Kentucky. So
Yeah, well, yeah. And when you aren't when you aren't doing film and television and wrestling and beating people's asses, like what do you like doing during your free time?
I'm taking dance classes. I'm taking ballet, jazz, contemporary. I have a show in all the way out East Long Island. And I took this as I didn't take dance in high school. I did marching band.
Okay.
Yeah, I did marching band when I should have took dance. So now I'm catching up on my dance classes, and dancing really helps you pick up the choreography quickly, which you need for stunts. So dancing, and then I play the music, alto electric guitar, piano, alto sax, clarinet, and I sing. So I sing as well. I do a lot.
You are never bored, right?
I always have something to do.
Definitely. Look,
That's something. I need skills for whatever future movie, you know?
you know, that's really smart. Like you learn a little bit of everything, and because you never know what kind of role is going to be coming up.
Yeah, I always see, oh, I need skateboarder. I'm like, damn, I never learned how to skateboard. Or hey, I need a guitar player who can sing. I'm like, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Nice. And I know you like work. working out and everything too, like what's your workout routine like?
So I do an upper body day and I do a leg day. So I alternate. So upper body include maybe push and pull, which is like say pushing a lot of chest or shoulders. Pulling would be like lat pull downs and pull ups, bicep pull ups or
Hmm.
back pull ups, I call it, and lots of dumbbells and bench press. And then legs, we gotta do like the squat machine with weights, and we have the hip thrust. And I'm trying to get into a pistol squat. Okay. It's taking me some time, but I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna post it on social media. I'm like, yes, I've been working on it for months. The pistol squat is hard. Don't let anyone fool you. So
Oh,
squat, working on strengthening my ankles and my calves for ballet to go on point shoes. So lots of work in the gym. You just reminded me I gotta go today. No excuse. Oh
and what about foods? Like, do you have foods that you love to eat?
my gosh. My favorite food is crab legs with butter. You cannot
Ooh,
have crab legs without the butter. So I'm always like
definitely.
every birthday I'm at occasion bowl where you have to shake the crabs in the boil in the bag and then just eat it like right out of the bag. No cracker, nothing. Just crack it open. I've been like this since I was a kid. Every birthday I'd be at Red Lobster before the Cajun boils. So I learned how to crack my crab legs at like 9 years old because my mom was tired of cracking it for me and her food would get cold. She said, "You're gonna learn how to do this. I'm tired of my crab legs getting cold." I was like, "Okay, mom." So I learned ever since I was like 9.
I I suddenly have the urge to have some crab legs now.
I know, and it's not a cheap dish. So it's definitely a luxury dish.
Yeah, no, oh, no, definitely for sure. Yeah. And what about traveling? Is there any place you would love to see that you haven't been to?
Oh, wow. Honestly, I've been to Paris. I wouldn't mind going to Paris again. But if I had to be somewhere new, I always wanted to go to Australia to see the vibes, to be like, oh, kangaroo, what's up? Or Japan for a Naruto world and Demon Slayer world and Super
Ooh.
Mario world. And to see the cherry blossoms and do the cherry blossom festival. I'm a huge anime nerd as well. So I would love to be in my yukata and my little sandals during a cherry blossom festival. I think that is so cute.
My favorite I'm a big horror fan. My favorite anime is Death Note.
I like Death Note. I didn't know if that was a horror. I would think that was maybe a psychological thriller.
Yeah, true, true.
I guess it could be horror too, because these like people are literally dying. So so I like Death Note as well. Hmm.
And Demon Slayer's good. Like you mentioned Demon Slayer just now. Like that's really good too. That's a good one.
I can't wait for the movie to come out. Like we're all waiting. Like
I
hurry up.
know. I know exactly. That's gonna be epic.
Especially seeing that in the big screen, all the action and the colors, it's gonna be like, whoa. Mhm.
Yes, yes, definitely. And
Mhm.
what about music? Like what kind of music do you like listening to? Like what's on your playlist?
Oh, so on my playlist, I honestly I'm into all different types of music, like the classic rock, like the Billy Idols, and there's just so like it's so random. It's what else am I into? I love the weekends. Um, what else? Like I love Billie Eilish. Like it's such a
Yeah,
different
yes.
sound, and I listen to dance slash electric for my working out to get the just to keep me moving.
Of
So I just
course.
very different taste, however I'm feeling.
And what would be your go-to karaoke song if you were gonna do one?
Go to karaoke song would be Lady Gaga's song. Um, Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? That one. Born, wait, is it A Star is Born, right? I'm awful at lyrics. So I would just be like singing along. Let me see. Star is Born. Shallow. In the shallow. In the shallow. That song. It's fun. And you just scream at the end.
Yes. You have an amazing voice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
You should you should definitely make an album. You got a really good voice.
It's in the process. We are studio, my producer's computer is down right now, so stay tuned for music.
Okay, okay, sweet, sweet. And like I said, I'm a big horror fan, so I always ask my guests this: Are there any horror films that you like to watch?
Oh my God. I have such a long list. Very, very. How much time do you have? When I recommend horror movies, my classics are Cabin in the Woods. It makes me laugh every time. I like You're Next, Badass Girl, which has a good story. So she's not just like a Mary Sue, like she didn't just gain powers. Like she is killing, she's kicking butt because she has a good backstory. Okay, so um, Ready or Not was pretty good. I liked that
Yes,
a lot.
yes.
Oh my gosh. I just saw my favorite zombie. I love zombie films. I want to be in a zombie
Hmm.
film. Anybody, let me be normal first, and I'll gladly turn into a zombie. I'm waiting for Black Summer to come out, season 3. I'm waiting. It's taking too long. I need it now. Black Summer. There's a Korean drama on Netflix, and that one is phenomenal. With the kids are zombies. I love that. The high school drama. I forgot the name, but fabulous. I love zombie films. Oh,
That
and Oculus. Oculus was surprisingly really good.
that was a good
Yeah,
one. That was a good one. I like that one.
not expect that ending. I really liked it.
Wow, you really are a horror fan. That's awesome.
I watch so many movies, like while I'm applying for jobs, which is every day, I'm like watching movies. So right now, I'm literally, before the call, I was watching Freaks, and I'm really enjoying this because I don't watch any trailers. I like to just go into a movie not knowing what to expect,
Hmm.
and I'm surprised, and I really like the movie. If you've seen it, 2019 Freaks.
Yes, definitely, definitely. It's a good one. Wow,
Yours?
that me like I'm more of I mean I love all horror like all the movies you mentioned are
Mhm.
amazing and I'm more of like an 80s slasher guy like I love
Mhm.
like Halloween, Friday the
Uh-huh.
13th,
Mhm.
Nightmare on Elm Street, Chucky,
Mhm.
Texas Chainsaw,
Mhm.
Hellraiser, and
Mhm.
for like the newer ones though, like Smile 2 surprisingly like really was good.
I'm in that. I'm in it.
Wait, wait,
I'm in
you're
the
in
Drew Barry
Smile 2?
audience. Yes.
Get, oh, get in.
Yeah, I'm clapping in the audience. I was doing extra work, and they put the camera on me. I was surprised. We're in the Drew Barrymore audience. So take a look again. I'm in my little. I have bangs. And I'm clapping like this.
Oh my
I couldn't
God.
believe it. They didn't let me know what movie I was in. I didn't know if I was in Smile too. I had to figure. People were sending me pictures, screenshots. Is this you? I was like, yeah. I didn't know it was Smile too.
That is so awesome. Oh my
Mhm.
God.
It's
That movie
exciting.
was so good. Like I wasn't you this I actually liked that one better than the first one. And that like never happens where the second movie's better than the first. But
I did like the creativity, the creative direction they went. And then we still don't know. I still don't know if all of that was real or not. So I
yes.
like that. So that was, and I want to know what they're going to do with 3 since the whole world might be possessed. So I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know if she already killed herself or it's hell. So I liked what they did with that one.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And is there anything coming up next for you? Like anything else you're working on besides Queen of the Ring?
Well, I have something coming soon called Camp Joy, and Vivica Fox is in that. And I play like a doctor, and then I was also playing a bride, but we shall see which scenes they kept. So stay tuned on Instagram, what's coming out next. And oh my gosh, what is happening next? That for sure. First, Fettered, I play a cop, same director, writer. A girl goes missing, and I'm playing a cop. So,
Nice.
yes, always trying to work, always trying to work.
Oh yeah, of course. And the last question I'll ask you is where can fans follow you at and keep up with everything?
Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Grue Rume. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok, cam.jck, cam.jack.
Awesome. Well, it was very nice meeting you in chat. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Hopefully I didn't go over your lunch break too much.
Oh no, no. Like I could make, I got a lot of flexible time. So yeah.
That's good to hear. Nice.
Thank you again so much for this. Like you're really awesome. Like
Oh, thank you.
you're funny, you're very nice, you're really awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to watch our movie coming in theaters this weekend to all your fans. Support indie films.
Definitely, yes. All right. Well have a good day.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.